Hello students, welcome to another political science class. For today's class we'll be discussing chapter 2, that is nation and state. So last class we have discussed chapter 1, that is introduction to political theory, and this class will today we'll discuss chapter 2, that is nation and state. So like last class, last video, we'll be dividing this class into two videos. So in the first part we'll discuss what is a nation, meaning and features of a nation, the elements of the nation. So before we go to our main topic, I will give a just introduction of this chapter. So this nation and nationalists have been the two inspiring forces to shape the destiny of mankind. Like we build memories or in honor of our nation heroes to to remind people of their great deeds. So this nation and nationality is a kind of identity towards ourselves. And every state requires its citizens to honor the national flag and the national anthem, and that is our identity. So we usually have that belief that nation constitute of a descent, language, territory, ethnic or language, all of these things. But when we talk in a deeper sense, a nation is to a great extent an imagined community held together by collective belief, aspiration and imagination of its members. It is based on certain assumptions which people make about the collective whole with which they identify. So many of we believe that nation is constituted of ethnic, language and religion. So when we talk about this ethnic, language and religion, it is not the basic elements of a nation. The meaning of this ethnic is like a category of people who identified with each other, usually on the basis of presumed similarities such as common language, history, culture, society, nation, race or social treatment within their residing area. But see, when we look in the country of India, US and this Switzerland, we don't find that as like one ethnic unity, because in US, in India and in German, we have lots of ethnic groups, we have lots of ethnic communities. So we can't combine them and we can't make them as a one ethnic unity, and that is why ethnic is also not the basic essential, the basic elements of a state. And language, see, this language, it is commonly believed that language is also the basic elements of a state. But when we have a deeper analysis, we don't have that, because in a country, language is not an homogeneous. Language is diverse. See, even in Nagaland, we have 16 dialects. We have 16 these dialects, and along with the 16 tribes. So when we combine with India, we have more than thousands of language. So we cannot call them as a one language. That is the basic elements of a state. And the religion, see, the religion is also not considered to be the basic elements of a state, because in a country we have Hinduism, Christianity, Jainism, Buddhism, all of this. So we cannot call them as a one religion, and we cannot consider them as a basic elements of a state. So thus neither ethnicity nor language, religion are considered to be the basic features or elements in the spheres of this nation. So let's talk about the meaning of a nation. See, the word nation is derived from the Latin word natio, which means birth or race. And the professor like Burgess, he says that he used the term nation to denote those people who have an ethnic unity and are inhabiting a territory of geography. So in here we are talking about ethnicity, we are talking about ethnic, we are talking about geography, we are talking about territory. That is the combination of a nation. So later after that, even the common language was also introduced, was also added in the term of a nation. And thus, in short, we can see that nation consists of a unity of race, common language, common religion, and geography unity, which are the factors that were supposed to constitute a nation. But neither, as I've told you, that these become the basic elements of nation in the state, but there are features of a nation, there are elements of a nation in the state. And the nationality, the meaning of nationality is the essentially a subjective. It is like an identity. See, when we fill up any kind of examination form or any kind of form, they used to ask, what is your nationality? And our nationality is Indian. So that is a kind of identity that represents us. So let's talk about the features of a nation. So the features of a nation is common belief or sense of oneness. Each nation is like a living organism with its own will and belief of the people. See, a nation cannot organize and cannot be called as a nation if there is no sense of oneness. When we consider, when we can give example, we can take the example of a team. When there is a sports or when there is a games, we have a team. So as a team, we come together with a collective group of people and we work together as a team. But if there is, the feeling of that oneness is not there in the team, that means it is a kind of individual coming and playing their own game. So if there is no oneness in a team, or if there is no oneness in a nation, that nation cannot be considered as a team, and that is why the features of this nation has a common belief or a sense of oneness. We believe that it has to be of a mystical existence. When we want to speak people as a nation, we do not speak nation based on their characters or their existence, but it is a mystical existence. Now, common history. So the common history, see, the people, they stretch back to the past and they go reaching to the future along with the because of this history. Many of the freedom strugglers, many of the war, many of the revolts have been fought by the leaders, by the freedom strugglers. And what is the main reason behind that? That is, the main reason is because of a nation, because of the aspiration of a nation, and that is why the nation, having a common history, having a common victories, war or defeated, etc. These are combined together and they are become a symbol of nationalism in the country. Especially like in India, we have revolt of 1857. We have freedom strugglers struggling against the colonial rule of the Britishers. That is what is the driving force behind this? That the driving force behind this is nationalism, and the territory. Like the geographical defined territory is a powerful factor in the formation of a nation. See, for example, like Jewish, they are scattered everywhere in the world, but they have a belief. They have a belief that one day they will be restored in their homeland, that is Palestine, and what is keeping them alive is a nationalist passion. And this territory and the nation is characterized into a homeland, fatherland, or the sacred land. And like in India, we used to call it Bharat, our motherland. So this territory is also the essential features of a state, of a nation. The shared ideals and values. See, we shall now refer to, like the ideals or values that nation leaders thought were important in the life of a nation. In a nation, the members want to build a nation in the way they want, like by emphasizing on the value principles of democracy, freedom, secularism, liberalism. So these are the features and these are the ideals and values that have been formulated by the members of a nation in order to constitute a nation state. And these are also the important and the essential features of a nation and the common identity. Like everywhere in any parts of the country, we don't have a cultural homogeneous, we don't have religion homogeneous, we don't have this ethnic homogeneous, but there are different kind of religion. There are lots of diverse religion, culture, language, and even ethnic group. So despite the differences, there is a basic unity in the thinking of a people with nationalistic ideas. We don't point out the person by saying that you belong to that group, you belong to that group, but we have, when we come together, we have that feeling of oneness. So this common identity plays a very important role in the nation, and that is why this this common identity was also features in the essential elements of a state. So summing up with what is a nation is a body of person who, despite difference of race, religion, language, culture, or religion, share a common history, and regard of their particular country or regard of their differences, they consider their country as their motherland or fatherland. So this is all about about the nation. What is a nation? What are the features of a nation? And what are the essential elements of a nation? Thank you.